Hey, what's up, amazing hackers? Hope you're all doing well today. Welcome back to my channel, NullSecX, where I'm going to be explaining everything from cybersecurity from A to Z. So, Uncle Rat is a little bit sick today. I feel like I'm on the wrong channel, but that's okay. Sometimes you just gotta go outside of your comfort zone and meet the heroes which they say you shouldn't meet. NullSec is a good friend of the channel of Uncle Red, of course. This is going to be exclusively on his channel, shared by me. So thank you very much for hosting me, amazing hacker. I really appreciate that. We've been talking about collaboration for a long time. I think it's time we make it happen. And I wanted to explain, where do you start in cybersecurity? Because it's a question I get asked a lot, but I feel like it's the wrong question to ask, because that question often gets asked before what is my actual goal in cybersecurity. And being a cybersecurity engineer is not good enough. It's not specific enough. It needs to be a SMART goal. So it needs to be specific, measurable, time bound, something else, something else. You know that SMART acronym. Look it up if you don't know it. SMART. And what do you like when I get this a lot. I want to be a bug bounty hunter, for example, but that is not a feasible goal. When are you actually a bug bounty hunter? Can you even measure that? I feel like that's the wrong question to ask yourself. Can I be a bug bounty hunter? Yes, you just make a simple website for yourself, you call it a day, you hunt on your own website, and you're a bug bounty hunter. Don't tell me I'm wrong, because it's true. If you give yourself a bounty, a Snickers, a Mars, whatever the hell you want, you're even more in the clear on that point. You could give yourself swag points for all I care. So the boundary between being a bounty hunter and what you actually want is different, because I'm pretty sure that you don't really have a goal in what specific time frame you want to be capable of finding bugs. For example, I want to be a pen tester within 2 years. Well, what do I need to do to get a junior pen test certification? You need to think about that. Get certified if you're going for that pen testing route. If you're going for the bug bounty route, do whatever the fuck you want. I used to be against bug bounty certifications. I don't really care anymore. The thing is, if it helps you set a standard for yourself, a goal for yourself, and then a syllabus, that's excellent. And if you can then prove that you can do these things which you've learned, voila, I love it. I really do, because the CBBH, what they have is big labs, but not everybody can pay that, especially not if you want to be a bug bounty hunter, because then you're not even sure if it's gonna be something in your career path. So at that point, I would say, if you really want to be a hunter, you're going to have to go further than other people have gone before you. And that's difficult, because what are the different layers of security? You got static code analysis, configuration review, you got your dynamic code analysis, you got your CI/CD integrations, you got vulnerability scanners, you've got pen testers. There's a bunch of layers between development and you, so you better know your shit, my mans. And no, it seems like IDORs are simple to learn, but they're really not. It's not about changing a number. It's about what that number signifies. That is what matters. And how can you learn that? Only by starting to build applications. Really build applications. Get in the thick of it. W3 schools, great syllabus. Why is that? Let's look at that for a moment. W3 schools, what do they have to offer? They start with HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Those are great bases for any type of web development. Then SQL, because you're going to have to integrate a SQL database or a NoSQL database. If you want to be a wise ass, you're going to have some kind of data storage though, and SQL is a great start if you ask me. Over to Python. Python you're going to need anyway. Come on, it's Python. Java, maybe I'm a bit less of a fan of that, to throw that one in. But PHP, why not? This is where it's at. Why do I say do not use frameworks? Do not use MVC controller. Do not you do any. Ooh, sorry about that bump on the microphone. Do not do any of that stuff. Okay, I mean, make raw code, as raw as it can be. So, I mean, like for example, PHP, it allows you to make mistakes. That's great. You need to make mistakes and then hack your own shit just to prove what a kind of an amateur you really are, and then secure against it. And now you're starting to make a chance, because everybody thinks, oh, Uncle Red is not super technical, blah 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 blah. Blah. Yeah, I may make bad development from time to time, but I do labs. That's one thing, guys. That's what you need to know. I do vulnerable labs. Maybe they're not always designed the best way, but let's be real, production applications aren't either. And guess what Uncle Red was? He came out of school as a systems and networks engineer, so I got my Cisco CCNA. Then I went over to programming for a couple of years. I went into first WinDev, then WebDev. It's like WinDev is like a extraction programming language on top of another language, so it's a bit higher level. You have these different. Well, I'm not gonna go too deep into it, but I did some PHP programming as well. I made a website like vakantieveiling. I made a very, very similar website to this. I made it from scratch, guys. I didn't make this website, to be clear. I made websites like this. And let me be very clear about this. Websites like this are shady as fuck, bro. They have bit robots that drive up these prices until the minimums of what these guys want. Duh, of course. What do you think? This is just to fill up extra capacity. That's what these sites are for. So I made something like this. I made the bidding robot. I made all of the different tools that were required for my boss to succeed, and he took the money and he ran. So it was a very weird situation there. I don't know exactly what happened, but he didn't pay. Like, we went bankrupt, of course. Of course, not my company at that moment, but like, of course, you're like, and then when it comes to, let's get back on this track, when it comes to development, architectures are going to matter. So code patterns and code anti-patterns as well. There are design patterns and anti-patterns, bad code and good code. There's also security design patterns. And that's also something which matters. Security design patterns. Ooh, what the hell am I typing? Security design patterns. It's really paramount that you start to understand these things. And guess what, guys? I've read the OWASP Web Security Testing Guide. That's a big one from OWASP. Read this from top to bottom. It's like a few hundred pages long, but it'll tell you so much about security on all these different levels. And then you can start to learn about the basics of vulnerabilities, and then you can start to learn it again and again and again. Because, for example, cross-site scripting, learn it on MyLabs, learn it on Portswigger, learn it on Barker, learn it in all these different types of situations, because then you'll truly start to understand the vulnerability instead of just one, how do you say that? One time that vulnerability occurs in this technical situation, if that makes sense. So, if you want to know where to start, where to really start as a bug bounty hunter, programming, vulnerability learning how to hack your own code, learning where these mistakes are made. I was a software QA consultant for a couple of years. Right now, I'm doing DevOps. All of these things are helping me because I am reaching out to OAuth teams, I'm reaching out to OAM, ADFS, all of these different like corporate things are, it's ramping up and I love it. I really do. It's a great time because I can learn different things on the job, get paid for it, but I did take the time and the money to get certified. And I, of course, did the same for, like, I just asked my employees, hey, I want to get certified, can you help me? And a lot of them did pay for it. Anyway, Mr. Nullsec, I hope you enjoyed this little introductory how do you get started video for your channel. I thought why not take the time to practice my tongue a little bit because I am going to go live. If you guys are interested in my stuff, you can find me on thexssred.com where all of my courses are hosted. If you go for, like, I'm going to give a coupon to NullSec, he doesn't have to put it in, but it's going to be 80% off the Endless Bundle. So if you want to grab that, you are free to. And I'm going to put a coupon from Mr. NullSec, very exclusive for him, to get my XSS guide totally for free, but you'll have to do something with it, nullsec, like encode it in a base 64 and then do it in a base 32. Make them sweat for it. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, before I forget, I have my own YouTube channel. Yeah, I'm watching videos about tweakers. There we go. It's funny as shit, dude. That goblin freaking guy. If you don't know me, I have my own YouTube channel, of course. There's about 1,000 videos, I believe, online at the moment. My Twitter is also XSSRed, and my LinkedIn is available as Wesley Day. So if you guys are interested in connecting, always open for that. I have a few songs that I want to promote. Just one song. My brother, You've Been Hacked. I'm hoping that you can put this behind the there we go. I hope that you can put this behind. I'm going to leave you guys. I'll see you later. Bye, amazing hackers. Much love. If you don't keep up, then you're left behind. I will break your code, I'll open your mind. If you don't keep up, then you're left behind. On the cyber attack, I keep thinking in your mind until you can find the next breach in your system. You wouldn't listen to my advice, I would die disguised and stand for you. Like so many guys, but I'm the smartest one. Is that a surprise? Like a bug in your program, security issue. You don't know when, but my strikes never miss you. Target acquired, completed step one. There's no more hiding, cause here I come. Step two, gotta know how to get you and let you reveal your issues. Step three, now listen to me. Craft your exploit carefully. It's a trip when you execute the kill. There's no turning back, my brother, you've been hacked. If you don't keep up, then you're left behind. I'll ruin your code, I'll govern your mind. If you don't keep up, then you're left behind. Inside your heart, God, guys on your life. I stole all your data, some pictures of your wife. And the second one, is that your mistress? Alright, I'll stop. Now that's the business. Still feel safe in cyberspace. Shall I continue or rest my case? Still don't understand it. You took me for granted. There's no turning back. My brother, you've been hacked. None of this shit is AI, ladies and gentlemen. Fuck that AI crap. Let the artists shine through. Thank you so much, amazing hackers. Hope I'll see you soon.